Hello, dear students. This is Dr. Majid here from Learn IELTS Online. Today we are going to see tenses. So there are total 12 tenses, and we'll look at them stepwise. Yeah. So let's start with the first tense, which is simple present tense. Simple present tense used for an action which happens every year, every month, every week, every day, every time, etc. Examples are: I make revision every Friday. They pass me here every Friday. We like English examination. She makes me happy. She comes from America. Interrogative form. Do I make revision every Friday? Negative form is I don't make revision every Friday. So simple present tense are those tenses in which action happens uh, almost like every year, every month, every day, every time. So it's a simple present tense. Yes. The second tense is present continuous tense. So present continuous tense used for an action which is happening at the time of speaking. So I'm speaking now, so I am in present continuous tense, and its form is subject plus is mr plus verb plus ing. So examples of are David is working Ministry of Youth and Sport. Another example is he is helping needy person. Some verbs are not usually found in present continuous tense. These perceptions and they are love, believe, forget, break, understand, prefer, hate, like, see, and etc. Examples are we understand our lessons, not we are understanding. He hates you, not he is hating you. Okay, so now let's move on to next tense, which is present perfect tense. So present perfect tense is used to express an action which began at some time in the past and has been completed in the past, but which is connected at as the present time. So its form is subject plus has have plus verb past participle. Please note that British and American English have different rules for use of this tense. The explanation and exercises here refer to British English. So let me explain you, like there are two accents we normally use while speaking English. One is British accent and one is the American accent. So British accent is always thought as a better way of speaking English and more formal way of speaking English, because all the British other literature you see in the world is British literature. And moreover, our test, which is IELTS test, is conducted by British Council, so most of the time we follow British accent. In American English, it is often acceptable to use the past simple in some of these examples. Note, it is also used as an action which recently has been completed. We use present perfect when we want to look back from the present to the past. We can use it to look back on the recent past. Example is I have broken my watch, so I don't know what time it is. David has just succeeded the presidential election. So the next, let's come to the next tense, which is present perfect continuous tense. Present perfect continuous tense is used to denote an action which started at some time in the past and still continuing. So it started in the past but is still continuing, and its form is subject plus has been, have been plus verb plus ing. Note, this tense is used to talk about an action or actions that started in the past and continued until recently or that continue into the future. Examples are she has been dancing the theater all the day. He has been writing the lesson for the last 3 years. Another example is I have been learning Spanish for 20 years and I still don't know very much. Another example is I have been waiting for him for 30 years and he still has not arrived. Another example is he has been telling me about it for days. I wish he would stop. So what we are seeing here is that it basically represents an action which have been started in past but it still continues. Okay, now let's on move to, so these were the four present tenses. Now let's on move to past tenses. Simple past tense. Simple past tense used to denote an action which happened at some time in the past or for state of being past. Form is subject plus verb past plus object. So example is, she graduated Ridge University last year. He invited me twice last week. He is young boy who broke the window last night. I met her last year. He spent all his time strolling. They became the highest two ones. You understood the lesson, but you did not read. I determined to join high school. So now let's go to past continuous tense. The next tense, we use the past simple to talk about action in states where we see states which we see as completed in the past. Like form is subject plus was were plus verb plus ing. Example is, while I was driving home, Peter was trying desperately to contact me. So it's a continuous process happening in the past. Yes. Were you expecting any visitors? I was just making some coffee. I was thinking about him last night. In the 1990, few people were using mobile. They were speaking her when he arrived by train. She was talking too loudly when the principal. I was dreaming when my mom was calling me. I was closing the road when someone called by my name. So the next tense is past perfect tense. It is used two events in the past. We use past perfect for the event completed earlier and a simple past for the later. So the form is subject plus had plus verb plus participle. Example is, she broke the window. I want to kill her. Maybe that she broke the window at 8 p.m. Then you went to kill afterwards. When we compare these two statements, we'll use past perfect tense. For the event completed first and simple past for then later event. Example is, we returned to London when we had finished our journey. They brought back new television when they had taken money from the bank. The Prime Minister had lectured, then sat down. Past perfect continuous tense. We use the past perfect continuous tense to look back at a situation in progress. Form is subject plus had plus been plus verb plus ing. So example is, it was a good time to invest. Inflation has been falling for several months. Before I changed the jobs, I had been working on a plan to reduce production costs. We had been thinking about buying a new house, but then we decided to stay here. We use it to say that had been happening before something else happened. It has been snowing for a while before we left. We had been playing tennis for only a few minutes when it started raining.